Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, freaks and geeks, worms and germs, and welcome to the Cinemastrophe'S Cocktail Hour, the show where we ask important questions like why the state of Texas is up in arms, did Young Rock live up to its expectations, the ridiculousness of packaging, and why the fuck do we keep watching blumhouse films? I'm your host, Tahit Larocos, aka Don Perignon, aka The Doctor, aka Fish, aka Logan, aka half other dozen names I went through over the years. With me is my co-host, the woman whose house decided to give the audience a colonoscopy concert, Miss Robin Dubois.
Every week it keeps getting better and better.
Excuse me, a calliope concert. I said a coloscopy. I don't think that's a concert.
Oh, would have fooled me.
Ah, how was your week?
I feel like I'm in a time loop and this month is dragging. It wasn't a good week.
What happened?
I I can laugh about it now, but that snowstorm on what day was it?
This winter is pretty bad. We haven't had a
Yeah.
winter this bad in about 5 years. It
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
we are it is pretty bad. We literally had, for those of you out here that don't know, back in New York, like 2 weeks ago, we had 3 feet of snow. It snowed for 3 days straight. Before even all of that could be melted, a week later, we get another snowstorm for another 2 days.
Yeah, that shit was not
We're
cool,
filming on
man.
Tuesday. Then yesterday, which was Monday, it started snowing again. I am so fucking tired of snow.
Insult. Snow insult. It's just been icky. Yeah, I lost control of my car because
What?
it wasn't even going fast. You know, like because it's snow. I was going down a hill, and I can't say anymore before I incriminate myself. But I lost control of the car, and then it's not like total, but it's just this is just it's a pain in the ass. I'll tell you else why off the air before I incriminate myself. But yeah, it totally sucked. And then I got super duper sick Friday. I just literally caught a chill all of a sudden, and
I'm still on the
I
car
had a
thing
fever.
because I hate to say it, but unfortunately, you're already a bad driver. Where were you going and why?
I was going to work because they didn't close my job.
Why didn't you take a cab?
No, they when it's bad out, they don't come.
You are
That's
one of
what
those
happened.
people who should not be driving when the weather is bad.
I should have stayed home, and I literally, I could kick myself in my own
Because
ass.
this is the first time this has happened.
Yeah, like I couldn't stop.
Like, bad weather is just not your thing.
No, it was terrible. And I drove home in the other, like the really bad one at night. At
Oh,
night, that was terrible. That shit, I made it home safe and sound. But this one, it was annoying. But it was snowing and it was wet and thick, and I just lost control. The car wouldn't stop. It was. I was like, fuck, not again.
yeah, that was one of those snowstorms where you just like, you standing outside, you couldn't see through all the snow.
Yeah, you literally the visibility was not there. Like, what the fuck? I was like, literally, and as it's happening, as I'm losing control, I'm like, literally, all I could think of, not a fucking again. I'm not dealing with loss. Fuck me, whatever. But I
At least
yes,
you're okay. That's what's important.
right,
You're all right.
right. And I got sick, had a chill all of a sudden, a fever, couldn't move. Took lots of Tylenol and tea and soup. But it was better a day and a half later. Yeah, thank goodness. I was like, fuck, I hope I don't catch COVID. Oh, fuck, fuck, fuck. But I'm better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm dead ass in a time loop though. Like, Like it's every day is a Wednesday in the month of February.
Well, it is February.
February.
Groundhog's Day.
Oh my gosh! Right, I that have to feel like I'm in the movie, girl. I've been
What?
watching more game shows lately too. I mean, I'm getting old.
Oh, like game shows. Why? Not that I have anything against game shows, but
Yeah,
why?
all of a sudden we just started watching game shows. Like, and I'm shouting out contest at the contestants. I'm like, what is this? What is life?
What is life? Apparently not that exciting if you're just sitting around watching game shows.
Right. But they're fun though. This is my entertainment.
Yeah, I'd rather play a video game for my entertainment. At least I'm actually doing something.
Oh goodness. But yeah, no time loop, and I'm ready to get out of the time loop. Bless you.
Like,
Yeah. So no, it wasn't a good week. How was your week?
it was slow. Speaking of which, I last episode was late, like hella late. Like the show was supposed to be on Friday. I didn't post it until Monday. I didn't finish until Sunday. I've had an epiphany, and that is I'm not as young as I used to be, so I cannot keep up with that schedule because I'm used to doing the video reviews. I would finish those in about 2-3 days. Boom, done, and then I'm ready to write the next one, film it on the weekend. 2-3 days, boom. Audio editing is not the same. Audio editing is boring as fuck. Like it is so boring because you're just staring at wavelengths the entire time. So even if what you're listening to is funny, staring at those wavelengths just bores the hell out of you. You just start falling asleep.
Oh shoot.
It takes probably 45 minutes for me to edit 15 minutes of audio. And by then I'm tired and just don't want to do anymore
Oh my gosh.
because it's just so boring. Just unbelievably boring. So from now on, starting today, and this will be on a Monday, the show will now be on Monday. That'll give me plenty of time to edit, as long as we record on time. Because
Is today
my
Monday?
God, no, today's Tuesday.
Oh, you see everything's time loop. I don't
Yes,
know.
we were supposed to record yesterday, but my I came home and my cousin was here and she's loud as fuck. Plus my back was hurting. My back was in so much pain. So that's when I text you and was just like, yeah, we'll just record tomorrow. I keep saying filming because I'm used to filming. We'll just record tomorrow because I just after I text you, I immediately just laid on my stomach for the rest of the night. My back was hurting that much, but it's feeling better
Right.
today. I was my body was just tired because I got this new exercise machine, so I've been using it. So my body was just tired, like overly tired. Let me tell you about this exercise machine I bought. Right,
I was about to ask too. Yeah.
it is hold on, what is the exact name of this damn thing? So I'm planning on getting a new tattoo on my left pec. So I figure, I'd beef my chest up a bit to give a bigger canvas. Bigger canvas gets a better picture. So I ordered arm strength training equipment, which works for arms, shoulders, traps, and chest. It takes a couple of days to get here, and I get a message that says the thing is here at my house. So I get home, I come in, and there's this big fucking box there. This box is 5 feet tall. It's thin, but it's 5 feet tall. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm. It's literally my height.
Like, I don't remember ordering anything that should be in a box this tall. So I open the box, and guess what's in the box?
Instructions for your workout machine.
Another fucking box.
Oh.
Now I get putting a box inside of a box. Because the box you're putting inside of the shipping box is the box that contains the item. This item was only 3 feet, not even three, like 2.5 feet long. So why did I get a 5 foot tall box? What is the point of that? Now I got to take this 5 foot tall box, break it up, tie it up for fucking recycling instead of just folding up a little box and putting it in recycling. I don't understand why they gave me such a huge fucking box. It made no goddamn sense. Fucking 2.5 feet item. The box was maybe 2 3/4. The little box, that the container box it was in. I was like, this makes absolutely no sense. No sense whatsoever. This is why people's packages get stolen because they think it's something expensive. It's something small and cheap because they got a big ass box
What a waste of packaging space.
with packaging paper in it. I gotta throw that away too.
What an optical illusion. I'm like thinking you bought a Bowflex. I'm like 5 foot. Is it you buy a Bowflex or something?
I don't
Like,
know what the hell it was. I was like, I don't remember buying this. Why the hell is this so tall? Made no goddamn sense. Did you hear about Texas? What happened in Texas?
what thing? Like it. There's a lot going on in Texas. The crazy weather, the crazy electric bills,
But with the
like
power going out?
the senator, the power going out. Like
Was he? Oh yeah, he's the senator, right?
yes,
This asshole.
we'll go. That was one of the news sources I was gonna cover.
This asshole.
I don't know if we
In the
should
middle of a
discuss
power
now.
outage where millions of people have no power, no heat, he, he, he decides to take a fucking trip to Cancun.
That was not. There's a lot going on in Texas.
He took a trip to Cancun. And then someone spotted him, or he got spotted somehow. Somehow there was a picture.
There's different angles, different from the terminal to the front desk, from the back of the plane, the front of the plane, the side, the angle, different angles of him, dude. Like of him and his wife.
So then, after he realizes he's been spotted, he flies back to Texas and then says, "Oh no, I was just taking my family to Cancun." Meanwhile, in these pictures, he has his fucking suitcase with him. he's dressed. He's dressed for the weather up there. Oh my! What? On top of that, neighbors and friends sold him out because his wife sent text messages to them saying
By
that they were
mistake.
that. I don't think that was a mistake. How do you send text messages to your friends by mistake?
That's what she's claiming. Oh, it was an accidental text or some shit.
That they were going to be there the whole weekend. How do you accidentally text somebody, we're going to be here the whole weekend? If no one is supposed to know, you don't text.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Like
I accidentally texted. What? Like I'm just going somewhere and I don't want anybody to know. I'm not sending text messages out.
right. No evidence, no face. And then they tried to fly Coach too to be incognito.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, I'll go into detail. I don't know if we should still cover it for the new.
Might as well just tell the details now.
Here, let me see.
Oh.
My new. This weather up here has been some days it's been really decent, and then some nights no. Okay, they're reading this clear that he flew down for his daughters to be with to bring down his daughters and their friends.
Yeah, I
I
said
thought it
that.
was
I
just
said that earlier. That's what I said before.
I thought it was just a family trip, but they invited people, and we talked about the text messages. So yeah, you're right that Mrs. Cruz sent it to inviting others to join them.
Was there anything else besides that? Just skim through if you see anything else besides that.
Um,
If not, there's no reason for us to go through it because we said everything.
just that whoever leaked the text messages leaked it to the New York Times. Great friends they have, huh? But yeah, the Houston police all confirmed that they brought him to the airport. I didn't know that either.
That's funny.
Right. Yeah, we brought him to the airport because they called the Houston police to escort him to the airport.
I would think so.
Yeah.
What a piece of work that guy is. Did
That
you
was
watch Little
hilarious.
Rock?
I did. I did.
See, I have a little bit of a different perspective. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I actually do have a little bit of a different perspective than you do because I listen to Jim Cornette's podcast, so I hear what's accurate about the show and what isn't.
I was curious what's real, what really happened, what didn't.
Well, one of the things that said was not possible with the time frame was the fact that Andre the Giant and Junkyard Dog was hanging out at Rock at Rocky Mayavia's house. They said they can tell you for a fact that neither one of them was hanging out at Rocky Mayavia's house during at that particular point in time. So that one of the things. But as the show is actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm used to that. I actually expect that. When they do stuff based on other people's lives. That's why they say based on a true story or inspired by a true story.
Makes sense.
Because real life is boring, so people take liberties to make it more exciting and more interesting. That's what storytelling is.
The gimmick.
And Jim Cornette said he thinks it was actually one. He thought it was one crackhead, not two, in his car. That actually happened too, and he thought it was someone else. It might have been someone else in real life that The Rock was with when that happened, but that really happened too. There was really at least one crackhead in the car he bought.
I wondered if that was true too.
Yeah, that actually happened. He put a car with a crackhead in the back.
That's hilarious. That's such a good story.
But it was I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I don't know how long I'm going to watch it though, because I have a thing about sitcoms. But I might watch this to the end because it's interesting knowing what some of these stories that go. I'm interested in the stuff that goes on behind the scenes in wrestling. I always have been. That's more interesting than the show.
I loved it. And what is that actor's name who's in WandaVision, the Asian actor? He's funny. He's so funny.
Yeah. I forget his name. Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff.
So funny.
I think his first Marvel film was Ant-Man.
Yeah, totally.
I should say Marvel Universe character appeared in Ant-Man.
Are you caught up with WandaVision?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did. I'm caught up.
I knew something was. Well, no spoilers, but I knew.
Well, first of all, I was completely off.
Everyone was.
Because I never thought they would actually make Wanda the antagonist. But when I realized, okay, because at first I figured the first episode I was thinking Wanda was doing it the whole in charge. But I was just like, there's no way they're gonna make her the antagonist. No way. And they did. Kinda. She's the fake antagonist. But I was right to be suspicious of Agatha.
Right, I was so suspicious of her. Like,
I said from the first episode, I kept looking at her. I'm like, something wrong here with this chick. I was right about that. I have no idea who Agatha Harkness is. Oh, what is it? Hawkins? What's her last name? Harkness?
I did see one theory that pointed to the direction that she would be the villain online. I'm like, it made sense, and I was like to the second episode because there was something off about her.
Yeah, I think the people who had came up with that actually know who that character is. That's why I had no idea who Agatha Harkness is.
That was such a good touch. I'm like, wow.
I mean, it's obviously a character in the comics, but by that time I had stopped reading comics. So I have no idea who this chick is. I was gonna Google it, but I decided not to. But once. I'm not going to Google a character that pops up on a TV show. I'll let the show tell me. That's what I usually do. It's like, oh, who's this character? Wait. And I just start Googling to see what the background is. Oh, okay.
Well,
this time I'll let the show tell me.
To interject, I'm reading in Marvel News. Wait, did they announce the new Spider-Man title or are all these jokes online?
I don't know.
So Tom Holland posted, oh, we're excited to Phone Home. He posted Phone Home. And then Boss Logic, he's one of the artists for Marvel. Home Slice and Zaya posted Spider-Man Home Slice also. I don't know if this is a joke or if it's real.
I don't know. All I know is it comes out in 2022 and Daredevil's in it.
That'd be funny if it was called Spider-Man Home Slice. Phone Home would have been cooler. But yeah.
I don't know. Every time I hear Phone Home, I think of E.T.
Right, I thought that was the whole joke. Maybe he's in space, like, I don't know,
No, he's not in space. He's Daredevil's in it, which means he's going to be on trial.
Oh, that's a good, okay.
It's obvious. His identity was blown. Now he's on trial. Daredevil's going to be his lawyer. Where it goes from there afterwards, I don't know, but
Yeah, where does it go
that's
with the other Spider-Man too? Like that's gonna be so interesting.
that's the basic premise. They did the same. They did the same thing with the Hulk. Remember the TV show The Hulk?
Like the old one?
Yeah,
No, I never watched it.
but you remember it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they had I think it was three movies. They had three TV movies, and one of them was the second one was with Daredevil, and that's what it was. Bruce Banner. I mean, sorry, David Banner. David Banner was on trial, and Matt Murdock was his lawyer. That's how they introduced Daredevil into the movie.
David Banner? No, I think he's Bruce.
No, it was David on the show because they
Oh,
felt Bruce was a gay name, so they changed his name to David Banner.
are you serious?
Yeah, yep. That's why his name was David Banner on the TV show because they felt Bruce was a not Marvel, but like what channel was it? CBS, right? Yeah, it was on CBS. So CBS executives felt that Bruce was a gay name,
Like they
so
actually
they
sat there and discussed that. Yeah, that's too
yes,
homophobic.
yeah,
That's
yes they
crazy.
did. That's why they made him change his name to David Banner.
That's so interesting. So
Crazy when you look back, like really? But back then, yeah, they were dead serious about that. That was the '80s.
hmm.
Well, might as well get into the movie at this point. So this week's movie, what the hell did we watch? Oh,
Tentacles.
Tentacles. Tentacles, a Hulu original movie. Blumhouse movie too. Where to start with this one?
At the very beginning.
Oh,
As
that is
soon as I saw Bloomhouse, I'm like, not another one.
I I didn't even think that at first. I think that now. Excuse me. I didn't even think that at first. I think that now. Now if I look at a Blumhouse movie, I'm like, oh, Blumhouse. But I was giving it a chance. Like, oh wow, another Blumhouse movie. What are the odds? Apparently, Blumhouse is the Roger Corman now. You just have to accept that there's a 50-50 chance it's going to be a piece of shit.
Mm.
Actually, it's more like a 37% chance it's going to be a piece of shit. Blumhouse is now the new Roger Corman presents. That's what it was. Roger Corman presents. No, now it's Blumhouse. Because my God, their track record is not doing well right now.
Mm-mm.
So the movie starts out with this woman packing up a bag with a limp, and she's completely terrified. First of all,
Right. You.
if you're terrified of someone, what the fuck are you doing
Why are you
packing a
stopping to
goddamn
pack?
bag?
Just go. Like what? You're. I,
Like she literally gets a knife from the kitchen. So obviously, wherever she is, whoever's around, she's terrified of them. Why are you fucking packing clothes? Just get the
yeah.
fuck out. So right off the bat, literally right off the bat, we're off to a bad start. So then there's banging on the door. She says a stupid line like, I think we
She's
just moved a little too fast
trying
or
to
something.
reason with whatever's banging at the door. Like, does that?
It's not even the reasoning. It was just like the stupidest line. It was supposed to be funny, and it kind of was funny, but it wasn't funny because it was a funny joke. It was funny because it was just so fucking stupid for her to say at that particular point in time. But she says something along the lines of, "I think we just moved too fast," or something like that. The door busts open. You see the shadow of a figure, and you see a tentacle pop out of the shoulder, and then the title screen. Next, we see the same woman looking around at open houses.
Oh no! Forget. She drives somewhere in the middle of nowhere to dig cash.
Oh yeah, that's right. She buried some cash first. Well, we didn't know it was her at that point. But yeah, she goes and buries some cash first, and then she's looking at open houses. So we already have too much information for something that's not going to be surprised. Yes, the movie's called Tentacles. You expect to see tentacles, but the fact that you see the exact same woman terrified earlier, a shadowy figure with a tentacle comes out, You just told everybody this is some fucking parasite that takes over someone's body. You already gave it away. There's no suspense at this point. None whatsoever. Had it been a different woman, yeah, it's the same fucking woman. I'm supposed to believe she escaped from a tentacle monster. You clearly showed us it was a tentacle monster. And we're only 5 minutes in.
You're always this stupid? Did you take lessons?
I took lessons.
So she's open house shopping, which is really her just open house squatting. And then she comes across this one house where she meets this guy named Sam. This chick's name is Tara, by the way. She comes across this guy named Sam, who, oh, okay, yeah, he's a photographer for open house. He does photography to show off open houses for online
House
ads
photographer.
and stuff. For online shopping. That's why he was in this house where he met this chick. And he's a drunk. I had to think about where I want to go with this. And he's a drunk. He has a sour demeanor. And he has a friend who's a woman. I don't remember her name.
Esther.
Okay, Esther. Thank you. His name was Esther. Her name was Esther. So he has a friend named Esther. They're best friends. So they're like talking and they get into a little argument. And she leaves. And I guess the open house is open, but this girl's still sitting there because she's trying to squat in there. She gets caught. And then they have sex. Like, literally just like that. There's a little bit of banter back and forth, and then they just have sex. Period.
And I have to highlight that she's been living in her car. She was smelling her stinky armpits.
I'm sure she...
You're sure what? That she freshened up? Nah. I'm very sure she probably did.
No, she didn't, because the next morning she didn't wake up before someone came into the house and she just left. So yeah, she stank.
Stank. You in that stank, okay? Bro.
Like, I'm pretty sure her plan was to take a shower before she left. I'm sure she's done it many other times. Well, we'll just pretend that in between that open house and this open house, she went to another one, squatted, and showered before she left.
I literally cringed seeing them like, you just smell her stinky armpits. Ew.
Because like, if you're squatting in open houses, you might as well take a shower while you're there. It makes no sense to leave and not take a shower. You might as well wash your clothes in the washing machine if there's one in the house too. As long as no one comes back before you're done, hey, slept there already. Why stop there? Might as well eat the food that's in the fridge too. So we'll pretend that from that time when she got woken up out of that other house up until now, she went to another open house and showered over there. We'll just pretend that. I'm not saying that's what happened, but we'll just pretend that's what happened. But no, she didn't. Let me rephrase that. They didn't have sex. He went down on her, and that was it. Because that became important later on. And she claims to be like I don't know what the fuck she's saying she was, but basically she wanted to take his house, his actual house, and redo it for him because he wants to sell it. You know, she's gonna repaint everything, decorate it from the inside, renovate the inside, pretty much, to sell it.
Oh yeah, she was looking for a fixer-upper.
Yeah, but she didn't actually like say what she does.
No, you're right. She did not.
She's just like, I'm looking for a fixer-upper, and then just beat it around the bush about how she likes fixing a house. But she never once said that was her job. Never gave any references about houses she did or how many times she did this. She's just like, I like a fixer-upper. And I was like, you want to sell your house? Yeah, I'd do something for you.
I just realized, is that like symbolic to what she does, the creature?
Probably.
Yeah, that would make somewhat sense, yeah.
Probably. Wasn't a very good nod or suggestion.
No, wasn't a good nod.
Or foreshadow, whatever you want to call it, but it probably was. He agrees to let her do his house, and she can live there while she's fixing renovating the place. While she's renovating the place. What happened after that?
So they get real cozy.
Yeah, so just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, just filler until it gets to the part where he gets to the house,
Oh yeah, she still gets nervous once in a while, like someone's following her.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, he hires her to redo his house, and she's scared for some reason. Like this, someone's after. She's hiding things. Like he comes to the house to drop off some stuff, and she has a box cutter behind her back, ready to slice somebody's throat. So clearly, she's afraid of someone. And they start talking, and they get to know each other a bit. She did something special for him. Something to do with photography, whatever. And she only reason she did it because she overheard what he was saying. No, that was afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so they start talking to get to know each other a little bit, and
Sexing in between here and there.
or were they just like trying to know each other?
No, they were totally boning in between those.
Because oh yeah, they were. You're right, they were. They actually were. Right? Wait, I don't even know why the hell did he have sex with her.
Why?
Because I'm sorry, folks. I didn't take any notes. I didn't think I would need notes, but apparently I do. You took notes, right?
I did.
Okay. So what happened right after? Just give me a bullet point. What happened right after he left her at the house? Because he saw a picture, and she was like, "Yeah." He took her to the house. Okay, he took her to the house, and he's showing her around. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." And she sees a picture, and then
He
I
freaked
can't believe I
out.
forgot about this for a minute. He doesn't freak out. He Twin Peaks freaks out. Do you remember how like Twin
Yeah.
Peaks they would like have that facial expression where they would like twitch their eye like they're trying to hold back tears that no human being would ever look like?
Yeah,
Do you remember?
it was like a weird like reactive response. He turned
And it was,
slightly like I can't see. Like
I mean, it was literally just like in Twin Peaks. They would like he was like his face just changed to like pain that's being held back, eye twitching, and this sad music playing in the background, and then he just leaves.
like distorted.
That Twin Peaks reaction that no human being has ever done in their entire life and ever will do in their entire life because it makes absolutely no sense for you to do it.
It was just an unnatural like response to something like that.
Exactly.
Like
So that
you know where
unnatural
you
pain
are,
look.
you know where that photo is. Why are you just like
But it was the expression, that unnatural pain look. Like, this, that look doesn't fit any situation whatsoever in life. Especially the eye twitch.
nah? It reminded me of like a video game glitch where like
But
you're
that's
trying
the
to
thing.
maneuver someone to go in a direction and they can't. They start twitching, glitching, and walking into the wall. You know.
I thought you meant like in a video game where their eyes twitch. And I'm like, because even in the video game when they had that and the guy's eye twitch, the facial expression match. It'll be like an angry face or a distraught face. He didn't have any of that. It was just totally unnatural, like you said, just completely unnatural. He leaves. Then he comes back later, and that's when she did something special for him, something to do
It
with
was
photography. I
yeah.
forgot what it
She
was.
brought a
Besides,
light,
and she also made a dark room for him so
an
he can work.
enlarger. She got him an enlarger.
That's what it was. I don't know what a
Yeah,
larger
it's
does.
like for like a dark room.
I don't know. I know nothing about photography.
And then she's like, "Move in. We can make your room your office nonsense." And I'm looking. I'm like, "How much time elapsed within?"
Mm. No, there wasn't moving. It was the first time. That was when she got that. It was like it was you can work here. That's what it was. You can work here while I'm working on the house because this is his parent.
You're
This
right.
is the
Yeah.
house, his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
was the initial idea. She did that. Oh, you can work here while I work on the house, and that's when they started getting close.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then they decided to go on a date, and then they walked to this lake or river, whatever the fuck it had to be a lake. It had to be a lake. So they walked to this lake. There's this homeless guy. standing across the on the side of the lake, staring at it, and she gets scared.
Right, you hear the
She,
music. I'm like, is there something wrong with
this
this
is
guy?
dramatic music. She starts looking like she's scared of this homeless man. He walks around the lake and starts taking pictures of him. And then he comes back. She's like, "Do you know that guy?" He's like, "No, I don't." So clearly, she doesn't know him either. Well, why the fuck was she scared of him?
Right, like so jumpy. I'm like, what the hell?
Like, she didn't know the homeless man. He's just some homeless man standing there. And I'm like, why is she scared of this homeless man? And then my second question is, why is she scared of anything? Because she's a fucking parasite monster.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm confused. Is she vulnerable in this state before she starts consuming? Because every little thing made her jumpy, a jiggle jiggle at the like what?
But I don't know if was their intention or not. But at that point, I'm thinking, I think maybe she's the victim because
Right.
she's scared. But at the same time, like, but still, if she's the victim, she would know who the fuck is chasing her. So why is she scared of this homeless man? Because if she knew the homeless man, she wouldn't have asked Sam, "Do you know that guy?" So clearly, she didn't know the homeless man, and it's not the guy she's scared of. So what the fuck was she afraid for?
Like literally scary cat for everything. Like and like the music is getting more and more dramatic. Zoom in on the guy, zoom in on her. I'm like, okay, like is he possessed too? Like I don't understand.
So then they go back to the house, and he's taking pictures of her, and then there's this big scar on her stomach.
It
So
looked like an old
clearly,
fashioned
once again,
C-section scar.
reinforcing the fact that it's a fucking parasite taking over people's bodies. So there's no way in hell I can feel any sympathy for this one. So that's when they have actual sex. And
Bone.
then the next day,
He wakes up.
he wakes up, he leaves, and when he comes back, the house is completely done. Everything is done. Yeah, he left. I forgot where the fuck he went, but it's not important.
No,
Probably went to
didn't
talk to
he
his
like
partner or
he
something.
accidentally stayed the night and he's like, I'm sorry, I stayed the night.
Yeah, and then he left, and then he went to do something that's not important at all. Probably talk to his best friend again because there's a lot of that.
No, I think isn't that the scene where he wakes up upset? She moves some stuff, like, oh yeah, it relaxes me, and then he catches a fit.
No, 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 no. What happened was he left. He was fine, and he left. And then when he came back, the house was completely done, and that's when he flipped out because he came back and the house was completely finished, and it wasn't the way it used to. And then that's when he was like, "I need a drink." And then she's like, "Oh, what's wrong?" Blah 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 blah. And he tries to leave, and then she tries to she makes him stay and gets him to talk. And there's good things about this, and there's bad things about this scene. The good things are most of the acting, their facial expressions. No, 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 no. Was this part good?
No,
I'm trying to remember. Was this part good?
it was not. It escalated.
Or was it? Was it later on? No, this part was actually good. No, this part. This was it. The acting. There are okay. Some of it was ridiculous, but the actors' facial expressions, their body language, got across the emotions they were trying to get across. Unfortunately, the problem was that's what it is. That's what it was. There's the body language, the facial expressions made you believe the emotion you were supposed to believe. That's what it was about this scene. The problem was the fucking dialogue was goddamn atrocious. This is some of the worst written dialogue you will ever hear in your life. They talk like someone's writing a rich, stuffy 18th century wine connoisseur. That is how this dialogue is written. You would expect them to say, well, the Pontier was first forged in 1864 and then was lost through time until procured on the vault, which was held by a one Adolf Hitler in his private collection. That's the type of dialogue they use for this. So it did not fit the scene at all. But the way their body language was and the expressions on their face, you could tell the emotion that they were supposed to give with words. You felt it by looking at them. If you ignored, if you just muted the sound, you can tell the emotions that they wanted to get across just by their body language and their facial expressions. But the dialogue is fucking awful.
Terrible.
So awful. And for your listening pleasure, we shall now reenact part of that scene. It's just that this was my mom's house, and she died a year ago.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry.
And then 4 months ago, my dad died. Not that it mattered, because he was nothing but a piece of shit. He left me and my mom when we were young. But now I have this big empty house, and no one. And now I don't even have the house because it's completely different. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how he found out there was no Santa Claus. Utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, I was like, what is this going on right now?
I had to pause it. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-mm-mm.
Then he starts talking about how he feels he's a failure. And they have more sex. And this is when I found out this was a fucking television movie. Because literally after they have sex, I'm looking at a fucking commercial. What the fuck, Hulu? Are you fucking kidding me right now? There is no reason I should be looking for TV shows, actual TV shows. Yes, I understand that because it's a TV show. You need a TV break, whatever, because it runs on network television, and that's how network television gets their fucking money through advertisement. So they have to run commercials. I should not watch anything more than an hour and a half that's not on regular TV and have to look through fucking commercials, especially if it's an original streaming network show. Why am I looking at commercials on an original streaming network movie? Period. I'm already paying my subscription. You're already getting paid for this stuff. Why do you need advertisement? It's fucking bullshit. I would like to find the guy who thought this was a good idea and set his fucking dick on fire. You stupid piece of shit. And if it's a woman, I would like to shove an icicle up her fucking... What happened after that?
After they get real comfy, and then we get a time frame. All this has happened. It's been 4 months now. I'm like, wow, that was a bit fast. They're in the bathroom. She's popping pimples, and then she did something so weird after she popped the pimple on his shoulder. She says she analyzes the pus and says, look, turns her head slowly. Aren't human bodies amazing?
You know what? I missed when she said that because I heard her say that. I heard her say something, but I couldn't make it out. I'm like, what the fuck? I was too busy thinking about How many women I used to know just like used to do that to me? Like the minute I saw her doing it, I was just like, yeah, I remember women who used to like to do that for me. I didn't even like ask her. I'd be just like laying there, and all of a sudden, you got a blackhead. Can I pull it? Can I pop that for you? I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, they real comfy.
Like, go ahead, knock yourself out.
Oh yeah, she asked him to move in after that little scene.
Yeah, after that scene, she moved in, and then his ear starts bleeding.
Yeah, so he cleans, then his ears start to bleed.
His ear starts bleeding. I guess it's time to go to the doctor. So you go. Oh wait,
Wait,
no,
nope.
you skipped a
After
lot. You skipped a lot before
his
that. Wait,
ear
no,
starts to bleed.
no. You skipped a whole lot. Skipped a whole lot. So yeah, she asked him to move in together, right? And she gets a phone call on a landline.
That's after his ears bleed.
No, that's before his ears bleed. That was before his ears bleed. because because it was before his ears because it's before they really got comfortable because he calls and then she didn't want to tell him and then he's like, you can't tell me to open up and then you not open up and that's what she tells me. That's his fucking stalker. And it's
No,
like,
that's after the ears bleed because after they're sitting on the bed and she gets the landline call. It sounds like the Scream voice. I make sure to make notes. I'm like, he sounds like the guy from Scream. Like, oh, what's your favorite scary movie? And then she gets mad at him. Who needs a fucking landline? And he's like, the fuck? I'm going to the studio. Like, and he's asking her who was that. She's not answering his question, and she just yells at him, "Who needs a fucking landline?" And he goes to the studio, and then that's when she tells him that she has a stalker.
yeah, that was before his ear started bleeding.
No, that's
The weird,
after his ear started bleeding.
no, it was before because the weird stuff didn't start happening until she said that. Because the first time, right before that, because then after that, his ear started bleeding, and then that was when the guy broke into the house, and that's when he started getting the ringing. That was the first time he started getting the ringing. Was that guy broke into the house? Oh wait, you have the notes, don't you?
Yeah.
So what's the note say?
So after she gets a landline called, I make cause like the guy calling sounds like he's from Scream. I literally put that in.
No, I mean, did you write down notes when his ear started bleeding?
Yeah. Because I
Where
thought it was
what
gross.
was it? Since you got the notes, when
It
was it?
was they're in the bathroom, and then after they're sitting on the bed, and she's trying to like console him, like maybe it's stress. She's
I didn't
telling him,
ask all that. I'm asking the
oh,
order. The
yeah. So
ear
his ear
bleeding
started
was
bleeding. She gets
in
the
your
landline
notes.
call. She freaks
Okay.
out,
All right. So you're right. I forgot you had the notes. I don't have notes.
but
I forgot
because
you had
she
the
does
notes.
get another call again later on.
That was a cell phone call though.
Yes. Well,
Yeah. No, I was
she
specific.
made a cell phone call, and she made another cell phone call. But yeah. She tells him she has a stalker, and from all that, and they have sex again. And then I made a note like they had sex a lot, and she never once went down on him. Like it was a weird sex scene. Like you remember that sex scene? It was like fast
It was
forward.
yeah. It was just some fast forward bumble. It was just fucking filler.
I'm
It
like,
was just
why is
fucking
all
filler.
this sex? I'm like, and
It's not even
then
that. It was just a lot of filler. But anyway,
he said something like, "I wish we could have one brain." I'm like, oh gosh, yeah, you'll get your wish real soon. That was like during their sex scene. He says that.
so she takes some of his work down to some famous. I don't know what the fuck
Studio.
famous studio. I guess I don't know. This movie is very vague. Don't even tell what the fuck they are. Okay, the movie is very vague. But some famous person who has to do with art, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know who this person is. They never say exactly who they are. You just know it's just some famous person. So she goes, drops off some of his photography, leaves. Then he gets a phone call saying that that person wants to have a meeting with him, the famous art person, because apparently that person liked the work. I don't even know if it was a he or a she. That person liked the work. So he runs home, goes to tell her. She's in the bath. So he goes to the dark room. He hasn't heard anything in a while. So he comes out, knocks on the door, doesn't hear anything, kicks the door open, looks in the bathtub, and I guess there was just water on top of water.
It was like ink in the water.
It looked. I thought it was ink, but it was like it really just looked like water on top of water. It was really shitty CG effect.
Oh wow,
It
we,
looked
we
like.
actually skipped a lot. Hold on.
Oh, we did. Was it?
Yeah.
I know I skipped a lot. I'm just getting the bullet points because.
Right. Okay. So whatever. After their weird little sex scene, she gets the burner. He leaves, and she goes into the paint can. She has a burner phone in there, and calls the creep and said, "Leave me alone. I want to enjoy my life," and she destroys the phone. And then Esther came by, and Esther, his best friend, is suspicious about all this. And we see Tara get a little jealous, and then someone comes to the house. This like the door starts jiggling and stuff, and she
Yeah, we
gets
said that. We said
no,
the guy
no.
broke
This
into
is
his house.
another scene. So she gets like a weapon, and her dumbass opens the door. If someone's after you, why would you open the door? Then Sam's home. She's like, oh my gosh, and they do weird. She starts doing weird mind game stuff, asking him how he's been with sexual partners, and they start like masturbating to each other, talking to it about it, and she's like saying weird stuff, fuck me like I'm somebody else. I'm like, all this is just weird mind game stuff. And at this point, this is not even a horror, it's just a soft porn at this point. And it's so dark after they have that weird sex session. I could barely see, but I see something crawling in his ear or something. I'm like, am I seeing things? But it was just like made to be such a dark scene for you to barely see it, I guess. But something's going in his ear.
It was a tentacle.
Yeah. So the next day, as if the idea was planted in his head, he wants to go on a picnic with her. He wants to do something with her other than sex, which is, I'm like, finally.
Oh yeah, that's right. He proposed to her.
All they freaking do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn
that's right. He
pool.
proposed to her.
After, not even waiting a year, it's been 4 months over her.
Listen, I didn't know what the time was going on. Everything was just like.
And then that's when his ears start to ring. And then he finally.
His ears been ringing for a long time.
Yeah, like it was really bad at that moment after he proposed to her. And he goes to the doctor. The doctor sees nothing in his ear. The doctor's like, we're going to do lab work. And then he's walking in the park with Esther, pretty much telling her either get with it or get lost. And that's when he gets the call from the art studio and rushes home to tell Tara, and she's in the tub. Checks in on her. She's not answering, so he busts open the door and he sees a tub of ink, but in a flash is back to normal. And then as she's like trying to calm him down, so she gives him she this is when she finally goes down on him, but he sees himself going down on himself.
And he freaks out, and guess what? Another fucking commercial. Fucking asswipes. And see, here's the thing. This is why I'm pissed off about these commercials. Because these commercials are just thrown in at the most unawkward times. If you're watching a television show, they write it so that when the commercial comes up, you want to stay and watch the rest. Like, oh, what's going to happen next? Oh, is that person going to make it? But because of the way they writ it for the commercial to come in, you're excited for the commercial to end, but you're still not taking out of the experience. These commercials are just thrown in at random black spots. And I wasn't excited to come back. I was just pissed off. You just get pissed off because you're into the moment and then boom, commercial. The fuck, dude? Like, you didn't even make me excited to wait for the commercial to be over. No, now you just like interrupting my entire immersion. And I'm sitting here looking at a fucking commercial about something I don't want. I just want to go back to the fucking movie. Then when I get back to the goddamn movie, I'm not interested anymore. Because I'm too busy pissed off that you do a fucking commercial in there. At the wrong fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell.
Hey man, right? You're in that scene and you see that and then, oh yeah, Viagra.
So then we come back. He wakes up. I don't know, some stupid ass excuse.
Oh, this is when
How did he meet this? Why did this guy? When did this guy leave a note on his windshield?
Yeah.
Oh, he went to go see Esther again, and she got pissed off at him about something stupid. And that's when the guy leaves a note on his windshield telling him to meet him somewhere. So
Oh,
he goes
but
to meet
you
this
remember
guy.
they were he freaks out, but then someone breaks into the house. And Esther's like, oh my gosh. And then his dumbass, why are you announcing yourself? You better leave now. I'm like,
We
why would
passed
you?
that already.
No. Well, this is after she goes down on him. And then that's where Grant leaves the picture of Grant and Linda forever.
All right, so yeah, he leaves a note on his car. He gets in a fight with Esther. Oh, because he told Esther they were getting married. That's what it
Right.
was. He tells Esther to get married. She gets pissed off, and this guy leaves a note on his car while he's trying to. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. That's another thing, dude. Either let your friend run off pissed off or get him back. Don't what the fuck? This guy was the most confused man I ever seen because he didn't know what the fuck to do.
Right.
This is clearly written by someone who's socially awkward because they don't understand how communication works at all. They have no clue how communication works at all. None whatsoever. Even when he goes to see this guy, he's just like beating around the bush to tell him what the fuck is going on. It's like, just tell him what the fuck is going on, man.
Right. That shit was like,
why are you talking in riddles?
it was like,
So apparently Tara had some other name in a different town, and she ended up with, and she was married to the guy who's been stalking her, but she ended up dating some other chick who ran rampant, not Tara, but this other chick ran rampant through the town, going through people, ruining their lives until she hooked up with Tara and left. He's trying to get back at them because, one, he wants Tara back, or whatever her name was at the time. And he wants the money they cleaned out of his life savings. Why he just doesn't get arrested for this, I don't know.
right.
But I guess if he did that, there would be no movie. So he tells Sam to be careful with her.
And gives her pictures too. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
Alice.
So Sam goes back and asks her questions. And how the hell did she get away? What was that conversation? That she managed to squirm her way out of
She
it?
keeps squirming her way out of shit.
Do you remember what she said that managed to squirm her way out of it?
What did she say again? Okay, so Grant explains things, yada, yada, yada. Goes right to questioning. Da, da, da. Yeah, I forgot how she weasels. It's like, it's the same thing she does whenever he asks her a question. She just doesn't answer his question.
Yeah,
She
I
just
don't
weasels her
remember.
way out of it. Like she's
Yeah, I
been
don't
doing
remember
stuff in
what she
movies.
said exactly, but somehow she manages to weasel her way out and he forgives her again. Did he forgive her? No, he didn't forgive her. He left. That's what it was.
He's
He
like, I
left.
need my space.
After, okay. After he went back, she didn't weasel her way out of it. That's what it was. I was like, how did she weasel her way? She didn't weasel her way out of it. He actually left and went to stay with Esther for a little while. He went and hung out with Esther, and I think he was going to go stay the night or something. No, something's off here. Okay, check your notes.
That's right. Okay, let's see. Esther keeping it real. Dr. Grant sleep notes. She's walking funny again while he's away talking. That's what she's doing, all that weird shit, putting.
What was he away doing? Where was he?
He was with Grant while she was doing the weird shit. And then when he comes home
Okay.
and he shows her the pictures, she was like avoiding it. And then you're right. He walks out. He's like, I can't stay here. I'm.
Okay. All right. I do have it right. See, folks, this is why you take notes. Yeah. So he did leave. And he was hanging out with Esther. But where the hell did he sleep that night?
We don't know. Because we see him hanging with Esther after
the next
in the
day.
car. Yeah.
Yeah, the next day. So where the hell did he sleep that night?
We don't know.
That's why I'm confused because I'm like, wait, he left at night. The next day, he's hanging out with Esther while this chick goes in his place to see the doctor. We know it wasn't him who went to see the doctor because we see him smoking with Esther, so there's no way in hell he can make that doctor's appointment.
Right, and then he said.
And we also saw her look through his pockets and see the doctor's appointment. So it's her. But it's just like, where the fuck did he sleep? Because he left at night. And then him and Esther are in the car smoking weed. And she says, well, you can stay at my place. So clearly he wasn't there the night before. So where the fuck did he go?
Who knows? We don't know.
He didn't sleep in his car because he was in Esther's car. So where the fuck did he go? They sleep on a park bench.
That's a good point.
I think he slept on the park bench
He's weird.
because she offered him the place to stay. Maybe he slept in their office. Maybe he went to because remember they used that they had an office. So maybe she slept in his office. Maybe he slept in the office.
Right, right. And
They
then
did. They did have their own business with their own offices. So maybe he slept in his office. Okay, well, we'll say he slept in his office at the business. I'm like, where the fuck did this man sleep? I mean, I've been mad in my relationships, but I've never been that mad where I'll sleep on the goddamn street.
right. Because it's like in his gut he knows something's like off, but he's not listening to his gut.
Go sleep on the park bench because I'm mad. What the fuck? You go sleep on the park bench because I'm mad. Well, I sleep on the park bench because I'm mad.
Stupid. Okay, and then while he's away also during the day, Tara calls over her stalker
Yeah, that's what she
with
calls
another
him over.
phone. Whatever. And she tries to
And then she kills him.
Yeah, she tries to
There's no
sexually
try,
lure
nothing.
him.
The whole thing was to kill the man. that was the whole plan. She tries nothing. That was a whole plan the whole time. Get him here so I can kill him. She plays it like she's trying to get him to go away, but she knew he wasn't going to take that. The whole point was to kill that man. And then he comes back, deciding to forgive her, and sees and finds a dead body in his. And between the pain and his body falling apart, he just agrees to help her get rid of the body. She knows how to do perfectly. To the point where he even asks, how do you know how to do this? And she says nothing. Now he decides to start investigating shit. Never mind before. No. Now he starts investigating. And he goes back to the town where she came from, talks to one of the guys she messed around with who lost his arm because of her, which that's fucked up. And it goes back to where her and this other chick was supposed to be and finds a dead body in the wall.
Yeah, it's the house from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, no one investigating at all? Like,
Nope.
That's some small town shit. Like,
Nope. They just assume that they both left town. No one even bothered to try and sell that house. No.
why didn't he call the police as soon as he found that shit?
I have no idea. I have no answer for that.
Like, you find the trail of blood. As soon as you saw that shit, instead of going further, call the police. The head in the wall. You didn't think to call the police?
Nope.
Like,
So,
okay.
I don't even think that call the police. He goes back to his house to pack. What is with these people and packing fucking clothes?
Just go. He had to run.
Why would you go back? The minute you find a dead body, is yep, I'm out of here.
Like,
in the opposite direction.
I literally just threw my pen across the room. I'm like, what?
You make a phone call to Esther.
Get
meet
out.
me here. And explain why you head across country. This dumb fuck goes back to pack clothes. Oh, I think they went to Los Angeles.
Yeah, they were. Los Angeles. And I was shocked. I'm like, this is.
They did. I think they did say at some point. I don't know. Not. They were at least in California. Somewhere in California. Not necessarily Los Angeles, but somewhere in California. Because it looked like a small town, but then I remember that the art gallery was in L.A., so they went somewhere in California. Too bad you had to do fucking mathematics just to figure that out. I mean, geography just to figure that out. But, where were we? Oh, yeah, this dumbass goes back. And, of course, she catches him leaving, like before. And then you get the big reveal of the monster.
Dumbass.
Not only is it the worst fucking CGI I've ever seen in my life. And I mean the fucking worst. They were worse than Adventures of Chris Fable. Yeah, they were that bad. Not only were they that bad, but all you see is a fucking tentacle. Like, literally. It's just, what is it, 1 or 2? 3 or 4? It's literally just tentacles. I was like, wow. That was your big reveal. I mean, I know the movie's called Tentacles, but the fucking poster looked better than this. Like, the poster had a foot with a tentacle coming out of it. All this was just like shit coming out her stomach. That's it. And I'm like, that was the best you can do? Even from a monster standpoint, that's the best you can do. You couldn't like make her transform into like a succubus with a bunch of tentacles on her or something.
Right, that would have been really
That would have
way
made more sense
cooler,
for the fucking
yeah.
movie on top of it.
Way better.
Like, I don't even know what the fuck this thing was because you never see a full body. So I don't know if it was like a parasite, a fucking you don't know what the fuck it is.
I don't know if they thought they were cool by doing that. I don't know.
That would have been fine if it was visually pleasing, but it wasn't. It was just fucking 4 or 5 octopus tentacles coming out of her stomach. That's it. We waited this long for this reveal. This was your big reveal. After, what is it? What is that movie? Hour and a half? So an hour and 15 minutes. This is your big reveal. A fucking hole in someone's stomach with a couple of tentacles coming out. Just awful. Just fucking garbage. Just fucking ridiculous. And they could have done so much better. So yeah, that was the big reveal. Fucking tentacles coming out of her stomach. You want to see what I am? Clearly you don't want to show anybody what the fuck you are because you ain't showing shit but your arm. Like a fucking burlesque dancer. So then, what the fuck happened after that? How the fuck did he escape anyway?
He didn't.
No, when at the house when he first confronted her and when she busted up her stomach, and fucking tentacles came out. How did he escape?
Didn't she knock him out?
No, that was later.
Oh,
He somehow, I don't know. Anyway, somehow he managed to escape from her. So while he's wandering around, she goes to see Esther and has sex with her.
Oh yeah, he did escape.
And then she finds him again. He escapes the second time, and where does he go? Oh, straight to Esther. Great. And that's when he tells her, "Oh yeah, she's trying to kill me." He's like, "Why? Because we had sex?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" "Oh no. Actually, she might have had sex with him before." Oh, I remember. And I think she had sex with her. She had sex with Esther before that, before he confronted her. While he was in the town, she
Yeah,
had sex with
before he
Esther.
did, that's when she was
And
like doing that weird shit, walking funny, trying to be him.
Yeah.
So she became him and had sex with Esther.
And he escaped by crawling out the window. That's how he escaped. He locked it in the bathroom. He locked the door and crawled out the
But
bathroom.
I'm trying to remember, how did he escape from her from the house?
From his house?
Yeah.
Through the window. Oh no, wait. No. That's right. That was Esther's window he climbed out, right?
Yeah, you're right. Because I was just
Yeah,
I'm like, these tentacles are so terrible.
Yeah, I forgot how he
so...
escaped. They were really bad. Yeah, I forgot how he escaped too, but somehow he escaped. And he runs straight to Esther, and she automatically she thinks it's because they had sex that why Tara's trying to kill him.
And no one has peepholes or say, "Who is it?" before you open the door.
Okay, not even that. You just saw the man go in your bathroom. You open the door, he's outside.
Yeah, that is not
Close the fucking door. Something's wrong.
Like,
I'm sorry if I see one of you come in my house bleeding and the other one outside my door is perfectly fine. I'm going with the one bleeding. Slam the door in the face of the one who's perfectly fine. I'm not saying, how'd you get outside? So, of course, Tara stabs her and she dies.
Like, that makes no sense.
And that was when he escaped, not out the window, but it was like it was a window, but it wasn't like a window in the office. Because he wasn't in the bathroom, he was in the office, right?
No, I think he was in the bathroom.
Oh, he did escape out the bathroom window.
Yeah.
Weird fucking bathroom window. There was a weird bathroom window. That window was like too big to be an actual window. Because it wasn't like he crawled through it. You could see it like he kind of just like walked through most of it. It was like a huge bathroom window. Who the fuck has a bathroom window that big? A bathroom window that big? Because at first, when I looked at it, I thought she was looking at the shower wall from the way the blood print was on it. And I was like, oh, wait, no, that's the bathroom window. Okay, why is the bathroom window that fucking big?
And when did he closed the door? He shut the door. When did he open the door to take a peek at her stabbing Tara and just stood there
Oh,
and
I guess when
watched?
he heard his voice out there, I wasn't really paying attention because I was too busy complaining about how stupid she is for not shutting the fucking door. You know the man don't have a twin. So then, I don't know. At this point, it's fuzzy and hazy because it's just so fucking stupid. But she catches up to him and then kills him and takes over his body and becomes this success in the art world just to find out that there's more of them. Because another one of them walks up and says, "Hey, I think we have something in common," and shows his stomach. So apparently there's a bunch of these fucking tentacle things running around taking over people's lives. And that's how the movie ends. So fuck you.
Oh yeah, no, clarifies what exactly what I've been saying. What's great, more great about being underwater? Fucking, and that's how it ends. What the fuck? I thought this is not a horror. It was a soft porn. Okay.
I forgot that was like the. If you could live anywhere, would you live? I would live in the ocean. Tentacles, get
SpongeBob
it?
SquarePants.
This movie is fucking garbage.
Yeah. Anytime I see Blumhouse now, I remember Blumhouse used to make good movies.
Blumhouse is 50. I think, did I say this before about? I probably did say this before about Blumhouse. Blumhouse is the David Goya of fucking movies. The David S. Goya of fucking movies. It's 50-50. You don't know what you get when you go in there. But my God, it has been atrocious the last couple of weeks. Just awful. This wasn't even on Amazon, too. This was on Hulu. This is a Hulu Blumhouse. I thought they had exclusive deal with Amazon. I guess not. But this shit was fucking awful. Just the fucking worst. Wasn't scary. Dialogue was atrocious. The special effects were horrible. You fucking gave away the fucking story in the first 5 minutes of the goddamn film. It's not really suspenseful after that. It's just, this is just a poorly done movie. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they made this. Could have been something good. Could have made her a succubus.
That would have made so much more sense because they were having it was so much sex. Like
They could have made her a succubus. Maybe make just her fingers turn into tentacles. That would have been something. That would have been way better than just this fucking cheesy ass, shitty CGI, 5 or 6 tentacles coming out of her stomach. Just, and then I guess it's a shapeshifter because it doesn't actually take over the bodies. Because when he found the body, and then he went back to her and said, "I went to your old apartment." She says, "Didn't you recognize me?" So she's just a shapeshifter. But it's just so fucking stupid.
but takes your essence out from your ear
It's just
and
so
can
fucking
change
dumb.
your behavior. And they're weak at first because they're scared of everything. And then it was just, no, it just didn't make no sense.
None of this made any fucking sense. They just threw shit in to try and make it suspenseful, but none of it made fucking sense. Why are you scared of the fucking homeless man? I mean, I guess you could say the homeless man might have been a private eye because the guy who was with her ex-husband did say he hired a private eye to find her. So maybe she suspected it was a private eye. But how would you
Why
know
was
that's a
she so
fucking
scared
private
of
eye?
him?
Why would you suspect the homeless man as a private eye?
Yeah, you remember at the beginning of the movie, there was a guy outside the open house, and she was
That
getting
was
really
the
really scared.
that was the gay guy.
And I'm like,
That
why
was
was
remember
she?
the gay couple that was in there? That was one of them.
Yeah, but
She
and
was
I'm like,
barking up the
what?
wrong fucking tree there. I was like, y'all, I don't know. You staring at that guy? Well, you barking up the wrong fucking tree there, honey. That was before I found out that she has pheromones that she apparently pumps out.
But then why is she scared of?
She wasn't scared of him. She was getting hot and horny. You didn't hear the heart beating
I thought she was getting scared.
and the post and the dramatic music symbolizing the post racing. She was getting hot and heavy. That's why the first thing I thought, yeah, you're barking up the wrong tree, lady. The wrong tree there, lady. He was just with a man. He don't want you. But apparently it doesn't matter because they give off pheromones that make you horny for them. Which would have made sense if she was a fucking succubus. So I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. I don't know. This movie's just fucking trash.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
One of the fucking worst movies. I would take The Lie over this.
I didn't get to watch that yet.
The Lie? You watched? Oh wait, that's right. You didn't watch The
We
Lie. You
watched
wasn't here then.
Nocturne.
I wouldn't take Nocturne over this. I wouldn't take Nocturne. Nocturne is still the worst Blumhouse movie, but I would take The Lie over this. I would take Evil Eye over this. Black Box is actually good, so that's one out
Yeah,
of
Black Box was.
5. 1 out of 5. Fuck's sakes, this is just fucking the worst. I would throw my notes away, but I didn't take any fucking notes. So that was, I was about to say Bliss. That was Tentacles. Piece of shit. Piece of shit.
Mm-mm-mm.
Next week we will be watching a Netflix movie called I Care a Lot.
I care. Oh, ooh, I did want to watch that.
Yeah, it's in the top 10 right now. I think it just came out like last week. Fairly new. I guess I should take notes.
That movie is going to be very entertaining.
I Care a Lot.
Yeah.
It does look like it's going to be entertaining. It does. Oh, now that we're done with this piece of shit. What's in the news?
So we already spoke about Texas. Another something else going on in Texas. Let's start. In the news. So we hear all these terrible things going on in Texas. People without power, without heat.
And this motherfucker, that's the other thing too. This motherfucker tried to blame it on the goddamn the the eco-friendly energy generator. Oh, it's the windmill's fault. They all froze. No, motherfuckers, you didn't weatherize shit. You just assumed it's gonna be hot forever down there. Didn't bother to put any type of weather protection on any of the fucking generation type equipment you have down there. That's why all the power went out. Dumb fuck. He's also one of the guys who voted not to impeach Donald Trump, by the way.
Of course.
And he's a Republican. Did you know Texas have their own fucking power grid?
That would make sense for this
That's why.
situation.
Yeah, that's why they have their own power grid, and it's not federally regulated, which is why this stuff wasn't weather protected because it's not under federal regulations. Texas is mostly a Republican state, and Republicans are fucking crazy ass stupid shitheads.
Cut corners on things they deem unimportant.
Ha
Yeah,
ha ha! I don't think that now, do you?
and I hope this is a total life lesson to them because
No. Is it
yeah,
ever a life lesson to them? This bitch is
No.
still coming in with. I probably gonna have to cut that out of YouTube. But this bitch is still trying to come in the fucking Capitol building with a gun. You really think they learned their lessons?
No, you're right.
They don't learn shit. All they care about is what they can get before they die. Not even for their kids, just for themselves. Most of the rich ones, anyway. There are a few exceptions, but generally, because they're all on this Republican Democrat thing. We have to be this way. But no, let's not get into that.
Yes,
Back to this
after
dumb
I
fuck.
was seeing posts about people getting $17,000 bills or 15,000. I thought $17,000 bill was like a hoax or something, but other people were getting bills like that, $15,000,
What,
$12,000.
Texas?
After this winter left a lot of Texans without power. There was a surge in pricing for electrical bills.
What?
Yeah, so it was turned out to be a thing, really a thing. A lot of people got a surge in pricing. So how it goes with their billing, the surge in pricing is hitting people who have chosen to pay wholesale prices for their power, which is typically cheaper than paying fixed rates during good weather, but can spike when there's a high demand for electricity. So many of those who have reported like receiving like those crazy bills are customers of electricity provider Gridley, which only operates in Texas, as you were saying, how they
Yes,
have
and
their
the
own.
old grid. Why they can do that? Because they're not under federal regulations.
Right. And I'm like, and they charge them wholesale prices. So, like, let's just say one of the customers who typically pays in February, she typically pays less than $250 for power on a typical February day. But the 1 day cost spiked to hundreds of dollars, and then instead of, let's just say, her paying like a couple less than $100, she ended up with a $1,300 bill when she pays like what, $250 a day.
Wow, that's
Right. And it's because of the wholesale electricity pricing, exactly as you said, because they have their own system, which makes so much sense. Wholesale electricity prices fluctuate based on demand because natural gas pipelines and wind turbines froze up in Texas. There was less power available. But high demand for electricity causing wholesale prices to shoot up. Wholesale prices are typically as low as a couple of cents per kilowatt hour, but spiked to $9 per kilowatt hour after the storm. Fixed rate customers pay a set amount that doesn't rise much.
well. Here's the deal, Texas. If you don't want this shit to happen again, start protesting to have your power under federal regulations. Plain and simple. We don't need to hear the rest of this story. Just very simple.
Nope.
Just start protesting. Start getting petitions done. Have your stuff under federal regulations. You won't have problems like this. That's fucking insane. You went from 200 to 1,500. Get the fuck out of here. I tell you, suck my big black dick. I ain't paying that shit.
Right. Can you imagine sitting through like ice cold and then getting a bill for
Like, this is a fucking this is a statewide emergency, and you're fucking trying to charge me $1,500.
$1,500 and 15 that there's some people with
That's
$15,000.
fucking insane. No, no. Get your shit under. Start. If you're smart, you start now, so this does not happen to you ever again. Because they're under the impression it doesn't matter because people need power. If they don't have power, what are they gonna do? Not have power? Y'all need to start that petition. Just start that petition and start protesting because this is that's ridiculous.
You know how iPhones are well known? Like one of the many one of the benefits of having an iPhone is that they can't get hacked. They can't get adware, malware, all that, right?
Well, if you
You've heard
believe
that.
that, you're a fucking sucker.
You've heard
Because, like I've always said, anybody can get anywhere they want if they try hard enough. There is no thing that's 100% absolutely safe.
no. And I've been seeing that lately, seeing people's iPhones, some weird malware in their calendars, like weird. And like no one believes me. I'm like, there's something wonky going on with their system. So there have been reports of about 30,000 Macs infected with a new type of malware called Silver Sparrow.
What does it do?
And it can even run on systems with Apple's new
Yeah, what does it do?
chip. So security researchers have spotted new malware targeting Mac devices. According to the data provided by Malwarebytes, Silver Sparrow has infected. I'll just get to the point and see what type of infection.
As I was saying, what does it do? That's all that's important.
Malicious ads, pirated apps, or fake flash updates. Pretty much what it does.
What?
And the purpose, that's the thing, they don't have, the purpose of the malware is unclear, but it just causes malicious ads, pirated apps, or fake flash updates, but they don't know what the purpose is yet. And
What?
the malware just waits for new commands from its operators. Weird.
What?
They don't have much information on it, just that it's been
No, I'm confused because that's been around forever.
yeah, and now
Even
it's
on
been,
Apple. Oh, yeah.
that's Mac.
Like,
Yeah.
like, what? You know how long I've been getting that crap on my phone? I just ignore it.
I guess now
Like,
people are
what?
noticing it.
Unwanted
Yeah.
ads. You know how long I've been getting that for years? Ever since I had an iPhone. That's I'm like, what? What? It's that, oh, I've gotten Viagra shit. I've got CBD oil shit. I'm like, why am I getting these in text messages? I just delete them. But I've been getting that since I've had an iPhone. So why is this new?
I guess more people. I guess the amount of Macs it came up on.
This is not new. It's not new. I had an iPhone for 3 years. I've been getting them since then. It's not new.
Supposedly you're not supposed to, but as you said, whoever believed that is a damn
This
fool.
yeah, this stuff doesn't work. It never works. Fat burner stuff. I've been getting for like 3 years. Like what? What else is there? Something that's actually irrelevant.
So funny.
Kidding me.
There
Wow.
was.
I thought it was like something. I really did think it was something specific. Like they would tell you like something specific that would like
I
really
guess,
do damage to your
yeah, the
phone.
masses are just surprised because the masses don't realize these things. They just oblivious thinking, oh, iPhones can't catch viruses. I'm gonna buy a Mac because they don't get viruses. It's just the
Like
masses that didn't know. They're surprised.
I'm just like, what the hell?
I don't know. In music news, the group Daft Punk, after 28 years of being together, they have officially broken up.
That sounds familiar. What did they sing?
One more time. Um, technological, harder, better, stronger, faster.
Sing that?
Uh, better, stronger, worker. Uh,
I do
Kanye
remember that.
West covered it.
I do remember that. I do remember that.
Harder, better. They sang like they cover like so much in
As I said,
music.
the name sounds familiar, but I couldn't think of any songs. I do remember that one though.
Yeah, and that song one more time.
Yes, yeah, I remember that one too.
So after 28 years, the legendary duo has called it quits. Yeah, they have produced so much music for the last 28 years. I'm like, well, they should have made it to 30, but they had a dramatic epilogue, like a 7 minute long epilogue. I'm thinking, oh, maybe they'll get back together in a few years. No, the epilogue, one of them explodes in a dramatic
What?
death.
What the fuck are we talking about? A concert or a TV show?
Daft Punk, they had like a epilogue video.
Oh,
After,
video. I'm like,
yeah, a
wait, what?
video, a 7 minute long epilogue video after they announced that they're calling it quits. And in
That
the
doesn't mean
video,
shit.
it was pretty
You're
cool because
like, I
like
guess not, because one of them exploded in the. That doesn't mean a goddamn thing. It wasn't real life. It's not like one of them died.
you're so funny.
They can get back together tomorrow. Oh no, we changed our mind. We're bored already.
No, I don't think they would change their mind. That's pretty.
I
I love
guess
Daft
not.
Punk personally.
That don't mean shit. They had an epilogue video and one of them explodes. I can make one of that too. Don't mean I'm not making another video. I'm not saying they need to come back or I mean it's their decision, but I'm just saying it's possible.
And while we
Sean
come,
Connery said he would never play James Bond again. Then he ended up playing Never Said Never Again. Ha ha ha. Funny, 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 right?
it's funny because like I guess everyone was saying that they're like, no, this is like our way of saying no, it's not happening. That's
Yeah. Till the tax man comes around.
so funny.
Like, listen, remember that decade of the 80s?
Let me see, 28.
Well,
Yeah, they
with
got.
interest, you owe us $600 million. Guess what, guys? One more time.
Yeah, that was actually very good.
What else
While
we
we're
got?
on entertainment, I never really cared for Kanye West or Kim Kardashian, but I remember
Yeah, for
when
the
Wendy
sex tape.
Williams actually ate
Hey,
crow,
yo. It was good.
and I'm like, she ate crow for nothing because Kim Kardashian finally files for divorce from Kanye's crazy ass.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, at the time people thought that she would wing it out with him, but he been, I don't blame her.
Single? I'll be single. Hey,
Yeah, she finally files for divorce. They've been living separate for a while, and we'll see how long that takes to go through.
hey.
And
Well,
then also
Gwen
entertainment, Naomi.
Stefani
Uh
got a divorce too. I just realized. Apparently, she's been divorced for a while.
huh.
No idea until the Super Bowl.
Wait, who?
Gwen Stefani. She was
Oh
having
yeah, she's been with what's his face for a while.
who?
Uh, the
Oh wait,
the
is
country
she?
singer.
What?
She's
Really?
with, yeah, the country singer. right after like
Ah, God damn it! I missed my chance. The fuck? When did she get divorced?
a few years. When did she start The Voice? She fell in love with her co-host, the country guy.
God damn it! I need to start watching reality, somewhat TV shows.
Yeah, and it was like a whole big thing because he was married too, and he filed for divorce to be with Gwen Stefani, and his wife was pretty much like, "Really, guy?"
Wait, but when did she get a divorce?
She got a divorce.
I do remember hearing her getting divorced. I just forgot about it. The fuck was I doing at the time? Yeah, where the hell was I? That I wasn't trying to find this woman, pick her up, make her my wife.
No, she hopped right on to Blake Shelton.
I had a crush on that girl for the longest.
I like Gwen Stefani.
I think I first heard about her. The video was "I'm Just a Girl." That was the first video I saw, and I was like, "Who's this?"
She looks the same.
No, she actually doesn't. That I will say, no, she doesn't. She still looks good, yes, but she doesn't. Her face looks pretty much. Actually, her face looks a lot different. Not completely different, but a lot different. Because when that Super Bowl commercial was like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Gwen Stefani," but I barely recognized her. Her face does look different. She still looks good, but it took me a while to realize that was her.
I got cat hair in my throat. Ugh.
Well, stop eating cat.
I see how
It
they
won't
catch
happen.
hairball.
You remember that episode of Red and Stimpy with fur balls were actually worth money?
I remember that. I actually do.
Red had Stimpy lick himself dry. Fur balls were worth more than gold. Oh, that was another good show. When they brought it back, it sucked, but the originals were fucking hilarious. All right, what else we got? Probably didn't even
Naomi
finish that one, but I forgot about
Osaka
it.
wins the 2021 Australia Open. Woo for her.
I have no idea who that is.
The young tennis player, up and coming Serena Williams, the new Serena. Well, Serena Williams is still Serena Williams, but a new up and coming black, half Haitian, half Japanese tennis player.
I don't watch tennis. That's why I was like, I have no idea who that is. Oh, when she gets as big as Serena Williams, I know who she is. But right now, I have no idea who that is because I don't
She
watch
she's
tennis.
she's the one who beat Serena
Oh,
and won the U.S. Open in 2017.
I guess I
And
don't
she
hear her
beat
name a lot.
Serena in the Australia Open, that the one that she won. She beat her again.
I didn't even know Serena got beat. Well, when she gets on the Wheaties box, I'll know who.
She might have already. Yeah, I think she might be already.
God damn it! Would you just move to the next news section? Trying to give us an out here.
Uh, the U.S. deports a 95-year-old former Nazi concentration camp guard.
Wait. Say that again.
The U.S. deported a 95-year-old former Nazi concentration camp guard.
Wow. Guess there are still a few out there.
Yeah, a Tennessee resident who was a guard at a Nazi concentration camp during World War II has been deported to Germany, the U.S. Justice Department said in a statement Friday. I bet you they're very proud saying that. You have so much other shit going on in your country. But anyway, let me continue. Frederick Karl Berger, a 95-year-old German citizen, was ordered removed from the U.S. in February 2020 when a U.S. immigration judge
Ordered
determined
removed from the U.S.
ordered removed. Yeah, ordered removed from the U.S. in February 2020 when a U.S. immigration judge determined his willing service as a guard of concentration camp prisoners constituted assistance in Nazi sponsored persecution.
So where'd
He
they send him?
was, hmm?
Where'd he go? Germany?
Yeah, he was deported to Germany.
Where he will be charged with war crimes?
He tried to explain himself
There's no
at
explaining that.
his trial. He was like, I was 19 years old and I was ordered to go there.
Okay, that is actually an actually good explanation.
Yeah, I'll be
Cause it's
honest.
not like
He's
all right.
95 years old. I'm not
Yeah, no, it's not
justifying
even.
it.
No, that it is justifiable because he's 19 years old. Wait, did he join the army or did they just like draft him? Because they just like say, yeah, you're in the army now, and then told him go.
Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
his
He was
fault.
a kid. Like
It's
I
like
was
either that
ordered to
or
go
we're gonna
there.
shoot you. Which one would you choose?
Exact, and he was 19 years old. He said he was only at the camp for a short time and denied carrying a weapon. At 75 years, this is like, I'll be honest, I understand, but like he's 95 years old. So during COVID, you forced this old man to,
Nah, what else he's gonna do?
but I don't know. I feel like y'all had better things to worry about, you know?
There's still a lot of old wounds that need to be sewn up. One thing about the human race is the majority of us hold grudges.
So like, you know what gets me going? You remember, I don't know if you heard, remember the old woman who openly admitted that she lied about Emmett Till? She was the same age as Bill Cosby when she admitted it. Bill Cosby sitting in jail while she gets to live the rest of her
What do
life.
you mean she lied about it?
She openly admitted that she lied, that he never did that. She lied to her boyfriend or husband or something to get him jealous or
Who?
something.
Wait. I'm sorry. Who lied to who about
Do you
what?
remember in the whole situation with Emmett Till that the whole
No, wait. Who's Emmett Till? Wait, I can't. I
the
don't know.
young black boy who was beaten to death and had his neck tied around a cotton gin and drowned after he was beaten?
Oh, okay. So wait, what happened? Hold on, because I remember that, but I don't remember what the story was.
So the whole situation was but he was like 14 years old.
Hold
He
on.
was
By the way, you need to like give leeway because you went from like some Nazi thing to Emmett Till to Bill Cosby. I'm like,
oh,
what?
sorry.
There's no
Let me give
context
a
here.
like I understand, yes, it is open wounds for the Nazi Germany, but he was the 19-year-old kid. He's 95 years old. Holding him accountable, yes, that is responsible. But they pick and choose. And I was bringing up the situation with Emmett Till, the old woman who admitted that she lied, that he didn't catcall at her. That's why I digressed into that.
I'm just saying, give some leeway.
Yes,
So
I
you're
will
just
do
like,
better.
and then you went to Bill Cosby. What the fuck does Bill Cosby have to do with anything?
Yes, let me. Yeah. So my whole
I didn't
point
know that.
is
So she admitted she lied
yes, but
and got this
she's
kid killed.
still living the rest of her old lady life. And I brought up Bill
Yeah,
Cosby,
well, she lied, but she didn't beat the kid to death. He did.
but it was her like literally she lied for no reason because
Yeah,
she knew
yeah, and
what
she's a fucking
happened.
asshole for that. Yeah, she's an asshole for that. But he shouldn't have went that far. I get getting mad and fighting the kid, but beating him to death, you already have psychological problems. You beat somebody to death. No.
And I'm like,
So
so then that makes me think like, okay, this guy who was deported at the age of 95, he was a 19-year-old kid who was forced into the army. He didn't like do any direct like you know what I'm trying to say
yeah,
like during a pandemic, this is what the U.S. Justice of Department was preoccupied doing.
I kind of zoned out there for a minute because I was still on the Emmett Till thing.
How I looped it. I'm
Because
like,
I was thinking to myself like, yeah, like if I told you like somebody beat your daughter and you go beat that person to death, that's not my fault, even if I lied. Like I understand you going over there and beating the crap out of the guy or woman or whoever, but if you beat him to death, that's your choice for going that far. There's a line you don't cross. So that's why I was like, yeah, that's not her fault. She's an asshole for lying, but the guy was the one who beat the other person to death, and he didn't have to go that far. Just could have beat him down and left him. So that's the difference. But in this case, if you like 19 years old, you didn't choose to be in the army. They said, "Hey, you're in here," and then put you over there to watch at the concentration camp. That's not your fault. You have two choices: you either do what they say or you die, because they already saw you and they're already telling you you're in here. You say no, they're gonna say, "Oh, what are you, a Jew?" and shoot you right there. So what choice did that kid have? you can't sit there and say he was a sympathizer with the Nazis because you don't really know. So it's a difficult thing. It's just like I'm like at this point at 95, just let the guy live out the rest of his life. I
Like
know it's fucked up
90.
if he was a willing participant and he just gets to live out the rest of his life, but I'd be more okay with that than sitting here and having an old man who was forced to be somewhere he didn't want to be sitting in jail for the remainder of his life. It's like, what is just the lesser of two evils? I think leaving him alone is the lesser of two evils than having him sit in jail for something he had absolutely no choice into doing other than dying. It is not a single person out there who would sit there and immediately say, I would just die. You know damn well you'd have to think about it. And there's very, very few people who would actually take death over living. So I don't even want to hear that as an excuse. Just let the man go. Just leave him be. He's got like maybe 5, 10 years left anyway.
Right. Yeah, so I just like, that's just poop.
What else we
Woo.
got? Anything left?
I don't know if you heard about a United Airlines plane falling apart midair. The plane's
No, I did not
engine
hear about that.
exploded midair. It
Goodbye,
was,
United, from my list.
yeah, it was a few days ago. The passengers recount their experience. There was a loud boom aboard the United flight just after takeoff, and something definitely went wrong. They realized there were 241 people on the flight from Denver International Airport to Honolulu. They opened their window. You could oh yes, you can
Why
open
the fuck are
slide the
so many
window
people on
open
that flight?
a
There's
lot,
still COVID out there, asshole. Stay home.
right? Thinking they're escaping to
Stupid people doing
Honolulu.
stupid shit.
So they opened their window to see an
What am I saying? I'm
exposed
probably gonna be doing that in a few
engine
months myself.
spewing flames and pieces of the plane falling away.
Like, what am I saying? I'm probably gonna be doing that in a few months myself.
Yeah. Some people grabbed their loved ones, started praying, and like the debris fell on someone's lawn and stuff. Literally just missed the house. Like it fell on their front lawn, the piece of the engine.
I seriously got mad for a minute. I was like, wait a minute, I'm a fucking hypocrite because I'm gonna be doing that soon. I fucking took a bus to from us to see some friends last year. Like, wait, what the fuck am I talking about? I did it when the numbers were low, though. I was paying attention. I did when the numbers were low. I didn't go into any hot spots, which is why I haven't caught COVID. I haven't played it smart. And I haven't given anybody COVID either.
Praise be.
But I'm probably going to take another trip soon. So I'm just like, what the fuck am I saying sitting here talking about these people? I'm about to be
Yeah, I
one of their
can't wait to take a
dumbasses.
trip. But yeah, luckily no one was hurt. The pilot issued Mayday call and he was able to turn back to the airport and landed the plane safely. But yeah, it was a huge scare for everyone on the plane. It That's just nuts.
I'm sorry. I just thought of this and I forgot to talk about my fucking dad. It's fucking hilarious. So he made curry goat, right?
Mhm.
I'm doing quotation marks here. You can't see them, but I'm doing quotation marks. It's like, oh, you want some curry goat? Yeah, I'll take some curry. I'll take some curry goat to lunch, right? So I look at it. First of all, doesn't look like curry goat at all. He's got all sorts of shit in there. He's got he's got potatoes. He's got carrots. He's got chickpeas.
Mhm.
There's some lentil peas in there. Uh, I'm like, whatever. I'll take it. Right? Maybe it tastes like curry goat. Whatever. Right? I think there's some carrots in there too. Carrots is named potatoes. Carrots and potatoes is normal for curry goat, but fucking chickpeas. And it was a lot. Little peas. So I eat it. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and badmouth the food. It was actually really, really good, right? So yes, he's like, how was that? How was that curry goat? I'm like, first of all, it wasn't curry goat. What you made was goat stew. That's it. With a little bit of curry in it. I'm like, there's no brown sugar in it at all. There's none of those black hard things that give it its kick. Oh, you mean chicories? Yeah, whatever those things are called. You ain't put none of that in. And those are the basic ingredients. Then you add like, carrots and tomatoes and potatoes and maybe you want to spice it up, add a little something extra. But those are the base ingredients. The only basic ingredient he had was goat. So then he says, well, how have you had curry goat? Which is the long roundabout way to get into his real question, right? Have you ever seen the fourth Jumanji movie?
No.
Which would be the second Rock Jumanji movie?
I actually didn't see it.
So in that movie, Kevin Hart is playing Danny Glover, who is playing an old person inside of the backpack guy, who is also the zoologist, right? You remember from the first one. From the third one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the first Rock one, right? Everything he would say would be really long with a lot of with a lot of useless information before getting to the point. That's my dad. The only difference is my dad doesn't talk slow. And when I was watching that movie, all I kept thinking about was my dad. He just kept saying stuff that did not help the situation. They might have been facts, but it did not help the situation. Just to get to the point. That's my dad. So when he asked me, what kind of curry goat have you had? I just skipped the roundabout way and cut straight through to the question, which is what he wanted to ask me, and said, why don't you just Google why did you just Google the ingredients? Because that's what he really wanted to ask me, how do I make curry goat? But he wanted to take a roundabout way to get to there. I just cut straight through and said, why didn't you just Google the ingredients? Oh, I don't follow that because, they always tell you, I make it my style. I let it go after that. But for the record, people, throwing a bunch of shit in a pot, it's not a style. A style would be following the basic ingredients and then adding a little extra that normally isn't in there. That's your style. Throwing a bunch of shit in the pot and then saying it's something else. It's not a style. All you cooks out there, or tempting cooks, don't throw a bunch of shit together and try to say it's something else. Because I guarantee you the person eating is going to look at you like you have three heads thinking. They're not going to say it, but they're going to think, this is not what you advertised. I don't care how good it is. This is not what I came here for. Don't tell somebody you're making hot dogs and then come out with sausages. It's not the same. Oh, that's my dad.
Your dad's jokes.
But back to the news. I just thought about that. I meant to say that earlier. I just thought about that because I was thinking about getting some more. It is good goat stew. It's just wasn't what I was looking for. What else we got in the news?
I think that's it for the news.
Oh, look
Yep,
at that.
that's it for the news.
Story came just in time. Wait, what were we talking? What was the last news point?
The plane that
Right, the plane.
engine exploded. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any injuries? Everyone
No,
survived?
everyone landed. Like
where did they land?
The pilot was able to turn around to go back to the airport and landed safely.
Where was from? Detroit, right?
Denver.
Denver. Oh, he went back to Denver?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right, so that's it for the night. It's getting late. We have to try and stick to our Saturdays. Our Sundays. Sundays are no later than Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was my fault this weekend. And Monday, too. It was your fault the week before, but actually this time it was my fault.
Yes, it was my fault the week before.
But we're gonna try and keep it on Mondays. So from now on, the show will be on Mondays at around 5 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, we'll see how that works out. Hopefully, that works better for me and my tired ass body. And we can once again get back to a regular schedule. Because this lateness stuff, like this is happening like every week since we came back from vacation. It's getting pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So I need to get back on a regular schedule. So let me do my plugs. You can find my regular shows, also with some of my old stuff, including my old video reviews on Cinemastrophe. You can put a comment in, put Don Perignon, and the whole channel should come up. You can find me on cinemastrophe.com. You can email us at donperignon_v1 at yahoo.com. I'll leave a message in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, you can catch us every Monday now, the week before. I guess it'll still be the same week. It'll just be 7 days late. Because if it appears on a Monday, then it'll be on Sunday. But if you want to catch us right when we're on the same day that we do it, that's Mondays on your local podcast network. And you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at DonPerignon77 and on Facebook at Cinemastrophe. I believe that's everything. You got anything? No, that's not. You never have anything. Come on, come up with something. All right, say goodnight, Robin.
Buenas noches.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.